This is the NFL Draft Report on 101 ESPN, featuring Tony Softli and Howard Balzer.
Hi, I'm Howard Balzer. Tony Softli joins me once again 6 days away from the draft. And today, we're here to talk about the man that Tony Softli is predicting on 101sports.com will be the Rams' first-round pick, and that is Illinois defensive tackle Corey Liuget. A lot of choices there, Tony, but you're saying right now that Liuget, who he likes when people call him legit,
right,
will be the Rams pick.
Yeah, I do, and you talked about a lot of people there. I think Julio goes, if everybody looks at my mock draft, Julio's off the board. Cameron Jordan from Cal is already off the board, who was a versatile DE, DT type guy who they really coveted. But I think Corey Liuget is going to be their guy. Even with Mark Ingram sitting there, I really believe they're going to go with an interior defensive lineman. Talking to Ron Zook yesterday, the coach at Illinois, he's telling me that this guy reminds him of Leroy Glover. His quickness, his burst, his acceleration, his explosiveness off the line of scrimmage, and just being disruptive on the inside. You know, he can chase, he can flat down and chase in pursuit really well. So this guy is a guy that plays really good with his hands. He's only 298. He has weighed a little heavier than that, so I mean he can get up and gain some bulk. I think this is the key guy that they're looking for and have been looking for a long time.
As I mentioned, you can see Tony's mock draft right now on the NFL Draft tab on the Rams on 101sports.com. Tony will have another mock draft next week. I will have a mock draft next week. So all we want to do, Tony, is just confuse everybody.
Sure,
I mean, because if you really look back at it, with all the mock drafts there's been, I've seen maybe 9 or 10 different players assigned to the Rams. You mentioned Jordan. I did a phone draft with Sam Farmer of the LA Times, and Jordan was still there. Jones was gone. I did say to him, it's between Liuget and Jordan. I went back and forth. I went with Jordan. But bottom line is, I think it's fair to say, the Rams, even at 14, will have their choice of a very good football player.
Well, they have choices at 14. That's a good thing. They can sit and pick if their guy's there or if they feel good about who's on their board, the highest player, or what they can do is they can trade back. Find a suitable trader and trade back, get out of that pick. As long as there's 4 or 5 guys that they still have a love for that are still on that board high, then they might even consider that. So the Rams have choices. Do they stick and pick, or do they trade back and acquire picks and help the plethora of needs that they do have?
One thing I wanted to ask you, one of your picks starting the draft, and most everybody, well, I shouldn't say most everybody, a lot of people have the Carolina Panthers taking quarterback Cam Newton. There's been other drafts that have had Marcel Darius. I've seen some with A.J. Green. Certainly the Panthers, you can make a case for different things, and who knows what they will really do. You say, though, that they won't take Cam Newton, that it will be the Alabama defensive tackle, Marcel Darius.
Yeah, what I'm hearing out of there now, they really love Cam Newton, and it's obvious. They've spent a lot of time with Cam, both in Charlotte and watching him work out and meeting with him down there in Auburn. So the bottom line, though, is you know what? They need defensive linemen. They have for a while. This guy is a guy that's so versatile across the board. He can play all the positions. I really think that they're going to pass on Cam Newton. They're trying to trade out of that pick, but as Marty Herney said earlier in the week, nobody's calling us. So, and I felt that last year when we're sitting there with the number 1 pick with Sam Bradford and the number 2 the year before, that you don't get a lot of calls. Everybody thinks people are trying to jump up there and get you at the number 1 or number 2 spot. It just doesn't happen. So they're going to sit and pick, and I really believe it's going to be the defensive tackle. You got a defensive-minded head coach in Ron Rivera. You got Marty Herney, who wants to win, who has to win early, and I think they're going to pass on Cam Newton and take the big boy.
Well, the draft is less than a week away. We are in the official countdown now, and of course, everybody knows you come to 101sports.com, you read what Tony's writing, read what I'm writing, see the mock draft, see our top 5 by position, and of course hear us on 101 ESPN. So we'll do another live one on Monday as it's getting even closer. For Tony Softli, I'm Howard Balzer.